What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about maybe the most disheartening thing that I've ever talked. Truly, like a thing that upsets me, but I understand it. So I want to be talking about Johnny Depp. I want to talk about, and I'm got to be careful with words because YouTube doesn't like that entire situation that's gone on. But yesterday, I believe, on Twitter, there was accounts that had found these documents that were like unsealed and like were the things that he had said. And this was back all the way in 2020, I believe November. We'll read it out. But this was like a transcript of what he said back then. He talked about the internet. He didn't really know even what the internet was, which was pretty funny. But he also talked about pirates and the future of pirates and the hypocrisy of Disney. Now, I love that stuff. I love talking about how Disney is one of the worst corporations, if not the worst, on planet Earth. But obviously, because of how much I love pirates, how much I love Jack Sparrow, and I knew and I know the odds of him coming back were always minuscule at best. But now you have it from his side, and it seems like we can close the book on it, which actually, like, it hurts. It actually hurts me to even say it and, like, admit it to myself that, like, this is it. And that really sucks. So I can't wait now for the Margot Robbie one. I can't wait now for the Pirate 6 without him, because at this point, they don't want him. He doesn't want them. These movies are all going to fail. They're all going to be disasters. And I'm going to laugh quite a bit with you guys. So let's read through what happened. This comes from Sienna, and she says, in a new documents, Johnny Depp properly calls out Disney and the industry's fake morals and reveals he's never returning for Pirates of the Caribbean 6, My Captain, Justice for Johnny Depp. And this says, listen, I was involved in 5 films in that series of pirates, and I was very lucky to be a part of that, and I was very happy. I'm happy still that I was a part of that because I have a character that has made a lot of people smile and be happy, and that gives me great pleasure. But when these people who have made upwards of $4, $5, $6, $7 billion or $8 billion on a ration of films that you've done for them, and your character was on a ride in Disneyland in 3 different spots, and in Shanghai and in Orlando and all over the place, I found it fascinating that not one call. Nobody was man enough to give me the boot based on allegations, but it was still okay to leave the supposed things that he did on the rides, and it's still okay for them to sell merchandise of me, and they can still sell action figures. They haven't taken me off their ride, so I would say that something is rotten in the state of Denmark. And then the question was, do you know for sure that you are not going to be part of Pirate 6? And he says, without question. Right now, based on everything, if they came to me with $300 million and a million alpacas, nothing on this earth would get me to go back and work with Disney on a Pirates of the Caribbean film. Transcript of John C. Depp, conducted on November 10th, 2020. So there you have it. There you have it. He admits, or he doesn't even admit, I guess he admits it to himself, admits it to the people. And you know what? This is I'm glad he said this, because what he's saying is 1,000% right. The double standard, and I've said this all along, this is why Warner Bros. Is going to have a tough time, I think, convincing people. Definitely has a tough time convincing me, like for Aquaman 2. So you're going to fire him, but you're going to keep her. You have Ezra Miller. I don't know if you guys know the stuff that Ezra Miller kind of did before. Not the greatest guy on planet Earth. You keep him, you get rid of Johnny. So, like, there's double standards everywhere, but he makes it even more apparent, and he's right. They have no issue. It's all about money. It's all about, well, not even money. It's about perceived money in their eyes, right? Because they see, like, the legacy and the stuff that he's done and these movies and, again, like the action figures he talked about, right, and stuff like that. That's like a boatload of money that still gets money now, and it can fuel people being interested in future projects of pirates. But they don't see money for some. I think they probably do, but they're so afraid of this court stuff getting in the way that they tell him, or, you know, that they say, like, you know, no matter how much money we can make off of a Pirate 6 with you, like, we're not going to do it. But you're fine. But you're using the reasoning why you're not having him is this stuff, right? The stuff that he supposedly did. But you have no problem keeping him in the rides. Now, there has been talks on and off over the past couple of years of, like, do you remove him from the rides? But if you notice, it hasn't happened yet. And when it does happen, I'm sure it will happen eventually, just not for a while. This entire time, I mean, who's going on these rides just to kind of experience that Pirates thing because of Jack Sparrow? I know Like, I'll raise my hand. I did when I was a kid, and I went to Disney World twice. Once when I was like 10 and 17, something like that. I rode the rides because of him, because of Jack Sparrow, because of Pirates. You know what I mean? So, like, how much money do you make off of that? Quite a bit. So they have no problem keeping him there, keeping like the name Jack Sparrow around, but they won't do the future stuff again. They pick and choose. They let Amber Heard do stuff. This is who Disney is. Disney, Warner. I mean, obviously he's talking about Disney for like Pirates, but you can go to Warner Bros. For Fantastic Beasts and Aquaman and even The Flash for Ezra Miller, right? So these companies are like just rotten to the core, and I agree. Now, in terms of like saddened, like that sucks. You know what I mean? Because again, throughout this entire thing, I've still wanted. It's maybe stupid optimism, but I've wanted the potential of, you know, maybe they all make amends and they say, you know, and Disney, not him. He doesn't have to say anything. Disney says, we're so sorry. Like, we apologize. Here's a boatload of money. Can you please do, you know, future Pirates? And I would always understand if he said no. But up until this, you know, unsealing of his transcript, we didn't know, you know, what that answer would have been. He maybe would have said yes. He maybe would have said, you know what, I faced some tough economic times. I need the money. Sure, I'll play Jack again. You know what I mean? And maybe that can still happen, because he does say, like, where we're standing right now, I wouldn't do it. That was 2 years, or that was a year and a half ago. You know, you never know what can happen. Maybe Jerry Bruckheimer can convince him or whatever. But again, that's still like clinging on to just the smallest chances, you know, of all time. But to this, you know, he says he's finished. He would never come back. Now, he's talked a lot since then, you know, even publicly, about how much he cares about Jack and how much that'll always be him. You know, I mean, he'll always be Jack Sparrow. He'll always, like, carry that with him. So it just sucks. It sucks, but I understand it. It just saddens me to hear him out loud, not necessarily here, but read on paper, right? That, yeah, like, you know, he's been burned so badly, and the whole situation's just so messed up that no matter what they would do, you know, to try to get him back, he wouldn't go back. I get it. I understand it. If he were to stick with this for the rest of his life, I get it. It just sucks. It sucks because it would then be the end of an era. But now, Pirates obviously has been very up and down. I know there's some people that only like one. I love to death 1 through 3. I think 3 is the best one. You know, 4 has always been not a great one for me, and 5 I actually do like quite a bit. But obviously, it's gone through tough times since 3, specifically, right? Like with 4 and 5, and then with the up and down kind of money situation. So, you know, it hasn't had the best ride throughout the last 20 years, but you know, it's been special. It's been one of the I don't know, most recognizable characters of all time, like this legacy character, you know what I mean, that's always going to stand the test of time. So it really sucks to hear it. You know, I still hold hope. I'll still, in a way, care for future Pirates things, but I won't. Does that make sense? Like the Margot Robbie thing, I'm very interested to like see how it all happens, but I'm not up for supporting it because I'm just not going to do that to you know, based off of all this stuff. And I think a lot of people are probably going to be the same way. They're going to be interested in these movies. They may even see it. And that's fine. If you want to see it, go see it. I don't care. And maybe it's awful, and then you can tell other people it's awful, and maybe you can stop them from going. You know what I mean? So, like, I think that'll happen, though. I think people will be pretty reluctant, but they'll be interested still because of him, you know, because of Johnny Depp. So even with him saying no, he still kind of has that power over people where, I don't know, just because of that legacy. And Disney knows that. And again, that's why they're okay with it. But once they see that these movies are going to lose them money, or these shows are going to lose, or, you know, whatever happens, maybe they smarten up. Maybe. But it obviously, at least 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, it was too late to smarten up. You can't really go back to him. Maybe you can now. I don't know. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, my Twitter, my second channel, we also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. Links for them all are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you all on the next video.